Hello, this is Erin with The Joy in Pens and Paper, and today we are recording a weekly Plan With Me weekly recap. So you'll see I have a couple of different things here on the tabletop in front of me. So the first is I have this lovely stack of mail. So there will be some Correspond With Me videos coming out. I will be writing letters. So be on lookout for that. If you see your envelope in here, then you know that yours is coming soon. So thank you to everyone who's written to me. I really love handwriting correspondence, and I really love getting things in the mail. It just brightens my day. So I'm just going to put that to the side. And then I have some pictures here. So I am literally just back home from vacation, and I've had time to do a little bit of unpacking and make some coffee. And I wanted to get this filmed so that I can kind of relax for the rest of the day. So that's going to come in a little bit. I am behind on my journaling. I am behind on my memory keeping because I was enjoying the time with family. And I know that you will appreciate that and understand that. So first off, I'm going to open up my Galen Leather Co. A5 zipper notebook holder. This has my Hobonichi Day Free, which I use for planning, task management, scheduling, things like that. I will do a very sad announcement that my Tromso broke. I'm so sad. But I was opening up the piston a little bit because the ink was starting to get low and I wanted the ink to really flow through the nib. And when I went to close it, it didn't stop. It didn't catch and it just kept spinning. And so this piece has come completely out. I was actually looking at this Navalar or Narwhal, which is the clear demonstrator, just to see the inner workings. And so I'm able to get this part of it screwed in, but then I can't get this part screwed in, and it's either one or the other. So I did contact Atlas Stationers, and in less than 24 hours they got back to me. They put a replacement in the mail. They've sent me the label to send this back to them. I was able to tell them that I was out of the state and it would be getting mailed out on Monday, which is tomorrow. And they were very much so okay with that. So I will send this out tomorrow, and the replacement one is scheduled to arrive on Wednesday. So disappointing, inconvenient, but is what it is. Excellent customer service. And what I did is, because I was using the Navalar fine nib with Sailor Studio 123, is I grabbed my other Navalar with a fine nib and inked it up with Sailor Studio 123, and I've finished out the week writing with this. So getting well, actually, hold on, pause, hold up. I'm going a little bit fast because I've had a long day of driving so far. So this week is an interesting week. I have Leadership Institute on Monday and Tuesday, and then I have a leadership retreat Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So I don't have anything else really scheduled. All my other things are pushed. So my weekly meetings are pushed, etc. Now, I do have a therapy appointment. It was supposed to be Tuesday at 5, but I got an email asking if I would change it to Wednesday or Thursday at 4. So I'm kind of pausing on that, because if I do it at 4, I'm likely going to be in the car, and I just am pausing. And so that's what I have going on this week. And then I have a Matchbox 20 concert on the 23rd, which actually this was scheduled summer of 2020, Because of the pandemic, it got pushed to summer 2021. Because of the pandemic, it got pushed to summer of 2022. And then I don't really know why it got pushed last summer, but it allegedly is finally happening summer of 2023. So myself and a couple of lady friends are going to that on Sunday. So I'm excited about that. And then my son has camp this week. So getting into my task management for this week, I started off Monday. I switched over to using the Sailor Studio 123. The fine nib of the Novelar or Narwhal, it just writes with this ink so beautifully. You get the lovely shading of the purple, but then you get the pinks and the greens coming through. It's really, really, really nice. And let me just look through here and see if there's any other. I did finish this on Wednesday, but I do need to look at this today because there's been some changes. Air conditioner, we did return that on. Oh, so I mentioned at one point, I am a princess with the heat. I am sitting exceptionally uncomfortably in a non-air conditioned room right now. It's been raining for hours. It's humid, it's hot, I'm miserable. Maybe I'll be done talking about it. Probably not. I will probably mention that again in this video. I hate the heat. I hate the heat. But my air conditioner broke this week. It started leaking all in our windowsill, and so I moved down to sleeping in the basement, which was relatively uncomfortable, and then we were gone the last couple of days. So we have the replacement coming today, and we had to put the broken air conditioner in the mail, and we did that up in Vermont. And the poor guy working at UPS in Vermont, my husband was unloading the air conditioner from the car and lugging it to UPS. Meanwhile, I went in to start prepping to say, hey, we're going to need a box to put this in, because Amazon had already sent us a shipping label. And without even seeing the air conditioner, he said, that's going to be $89. And the look on my face had to have been hysterical. In essence, my response was, say what? As we chatted about it, and he saw my husband come in, it then switched to, oh, okay, so it's already broken. You don't need all the padding. You don't, all of that. So, it ended up being just about $19 for the box and the tape. The fact that they charge you for tape is absolutely silly, but that is not something I have control over. Now I have a roll of tape in my car. So today is the 16th. There's going to be some things that I mark off that were already done. So in our rental, we unloaded the dishwasher, took out the trash, emailed the owner, we packed the car, we went to Province Cafe. I think that's what it, oh no, Gourmet. Just gonna write Province. We went back to Gourmet Province on our way out, or on our way out of Vermont. So we went to Province for coffee. We stopped for gas in Swansea, New Hampshire. We unpacked the car. Oh, put that in the past tense, and I shouldn't have. I'm going to do film, plan with me. that is started. And we need to install the AC. I need to finalize the schedule. Type chapter notes. Myself and a small group are doing a presentation on 6 chapters in a book for our leadership retreat. I do have a little bit of Vermont maple syrup in my coffee, and I do have a Vermont candy. I love these. They spike my blood sugar horribly, which is not wonderful, but I get them once a year. So, c'est la vie. C'est la vie. And I think that's it. Okay, what color am I going to use for next week? I think I want to use my shimmer. Sticking with the narwhal. Oh, I have to look up addresses for the various retreat locations. I have no clue where I'm going tomorrow. So I also need to figure out where it is, what the commute is, and then time out my morning. Do I want to work out today? I don't know. Probably. But don't know if it'll actually happen. Do I want to? Yes, I want to. Will I? I don't know. Okay. So Monday, which is the 17th. Sorry. It's gonna sound gross, but I just had an ant crawling on my leg and I was done feeling that. So I smushed it. So we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So the Leadership Institute is a 2-year commitment. And for those of you who have been watching my plan with me or weekly recaps, you know that I have been questioning my job. And I don't know that I'm done questioning it. What I will say is my new supervisor, who is the 3rd supervisor that I've had in just over a year and a half, I feel confident that I can learn from her. And I am the type of employee that thrives under those conditions. When I don't feel that I can learn from my supervisor, which I guess translates to perhaps I don't respect my supervisor, I'm not going to be successful. And so I very much so feel like I can learn from this person. So I am rejuvenated, I am excited, and we shall see how the next couple of months roll out. I have a number of people who work across a number of different opportunities who will let me know when something opens up because they would like to work with me. So doors aren't closed, options aren't closed, but my care for the students that I work with is driving me right now to reconsider this opportunity. And speaking of my students, I will miss them dearly this week. I'm actually really sad that I will not see them at all this week. I was trying to think of ways that I could video in to see them. Let's see, Saturday is a beautiful day with no plans, yay. And then Sunday, the 23rd, is Matchbox 20. To say that that's been on my schedule for a couple of years is an accurate statement. So I will believe that when I am actually there. Now with my tasks, I am going to do a weekly update. And I am going to do incident reports, but I'm not going to work on, I say that, but will I? I'm not going to put referrals on there because I don't know that that's actually going to happen. I do need to send my MCAS alt students to Kim. Follow up with Desi, 7:20. With the summer, I have a lot of people taking summer vacations and things like that, so I have to put together a staffing plan. Based on the resources available. Follow up on MCAS dates. Middle school schedule. Open house. Okay. All right, so those are some things that I have on my to-do list that I'm migrating over from the last week. And what I'll do is I'll put a little arrow in this empty column right here, indicating that I have migrated it over. And I'm going to place a dot in the items that I didn't migrate into this week, but that I want to capture for the following week. In essence, the things that I don't want to fall off my radar, because there are some things that I'm not going to do given I'm going to be at professional development opportunities all week. Okay, so that is my time management, project management, etc. Now, here's where we're going to get a little bit fun because I'm very much so behind. All right. Whoops, don't want to do that. Okay, so I did a, oh, I have sweat dripping down my back, y'all. Oof, it is hot. Now, a big accomplishment, and I apologize, I'm going to share some details if you don't agree with these life choices. Sorry, but I do have a medical marijuana card. I do utilize THC for anxiety and for sleep. And for a little bit over 2 years, I have taken, 5 to 8 milligrams of THC each night in order to sleep. And I actually have not consumed any THC since Monday the 3rd, that night going to sleep. So I haven't consumed any the first week of July, nor the second week of July. And in place, what I started doing on the night of the 4th is I took Tylenol PM because I was anxious that I was not going to be able to sleep. And if I don't sleep, I feel it. And so on Wednesday night, I decided for the first time in over 2 years, if not closer to 3, I took no Tylenol PM, no THC, and I was able to sleep from about 10 p.m. to 2:40 a.m. And then I tossed and turned the rest of the night. But that's 6 hours. That's almost 7 hours. So I'm very excited about that. And I think that that's progress for my anxiety. Yeah. So, anywho. So let's see, Thursday morning, I did get up and do a workout and then showered, and then we packed the car. We went and we got coffee. And my husband realized he forgot all of the written plans that he had done for our Vermont trip, so we had to go back to the house and pick them up. And then we did the long drive to Vermont. We stopped at Foley Brothers, and they now have a winery there. So my husband got a flight of beer, I got a flight of wine. We tried to go to the alpaca farm, but it was by appointment only, so we could not do that. Where did we go after? Oh, and this is how I document vacations, in case anyone was interested. Is when we go on vacation, I will just write down the different things that we did. Oh, I did that wrong. This was not Foley Brothers. This was actually First Branch. First Branch Coffee. We stopped because we needed to get in queue for purchasing Peloton tickets for my birthday trip to New York City. Spoiler alert, we did not get tickets for my birthday. So this coming Thursday, my husband's going to try again so that we can go later in the week on my birthday week before going back to work. And then we did some more driving. And then we went to Foley Brothers. We had to stop at UPS to drop off our air conditioner. That was causing me anxiety because we had to get it in the mail by the 13th to get the replacement for free from Amazon. Otherwise, we would have been charged again. I did not want that. We picked up some food from McDonald's for my son, and my husband went to the grocery store, and then we did our check-in. The place that we stay at is right across the street from a lake. So then we immediately did some lake time. And we did some takeout for dinner. The owner of this house severely downgraded his internet. excuse me. And so we couldn't stream anything, so we ended up watching a show on the History Channel called Alone, which was a survival show. And then we had our bedtime. All right, so Friday, I think I woke up around 7:30. My husband went for a run and a shower, and then we drove to Stowe. And that took about an hour and a half to drive there from where we were staying. We went to Black Cap Coffee. And we went around a walking path. That was I think it was a 5-mile loop around Stowe. We did not do the full 5 miles. We probably went about 1.5 miles to 2 miles, maybe 1.5 miles out and back. I don't know. I'm not quite sure, but when we were done, it was lunchtime. Our dog did actually jump around in a stream, which the dog's never gone in water, so she went up to about her chest, and she seemed really happy about it, so that was great. We went to a place called Idle Time for lunch, and then we went to Von Trapp Brewery, and after that we went to Ben & Jerry's. Which I think it was the original Ben & Jerry's. And then we drove back. And again, that's an 1.5 hour drive. And my husband and actually, I went in the water. I don't go in water. Anyone who knows me knows I am not a swimmer. It has to be exceptionally hot and the water has to be exceptionally warm. But I went into the lake and we did a ball toss game. And then I went back, I showered because, you know, went in the lake. I picked up takeout. I tried to call from a little restaurant across the street and they put me on hold and then never picked it back up, and I heard them have full conversation, so I ended the call and just walked across the street and placed the order and sat and just had a glass of wine while waiting. And then we went back home for dinner. And goodness, I forget what we watched on TV that night. I think, oh, this is going to be embarrassing, but we watched The Simpsons, which I was never allowed to watch when I was a kid, but my kid got to. Oh, and there was a tornado warning. On Thursday night. So we put that right there. Okay, Saturday, I woke up a little bit earlier. Again, my husband went for a run, he showered, and we went to Gourmet Province, and we sat by a waterway that was very overfull with water because Vermont had a state of emergency the few days before we got there, and then they just kept getting rain. There was so much rain, but thankfully most of it was at night while we were there. We drove out to Hubbardston Battlefield, We had to take the long way. It should have been a 20-minute drive, but ended up being closer to 45 because one of the roads was washed out. So we, instead of going back roads through, we had to go around and take some major highways. And then we went to the Maple Museum. And that's where I got my maple candy, which I had taken a bite of. We had lunch at Taco and Bean. My son was kind of falling apart at this point. I think it's that he was hungry. And then we went to, I think it's called Red River. I meant to go back. Actually, I have a blank spot in my notes. I meant to go back and fill that in. But I think it's called Red River Brewery. They had some ciders, so that was nice. And then we went up to Middlebury. We walked around. We went to a bookstore. We went to, my son got 2 books. We went to Two Brothers. We went to McDonald's. Just trying to figure out why my son's stomach was hurting him. I was thinking he needed some protein. And I am not beyond some chicken nuggets if that's gonna help him to eat. And then we had lake time, and I picked up some pizza takeout. And then Harry Potter was on TV, so my husband and son watched that. I honestly was in and out of sleep, so I'm gonna put 9 o'clock for my bedtime. And then this morning, again, woke up early. We did not have coffee because the coffee in our rental was pretty terrible. So instead we went back to Gourmet Province. And then we did our drive home. And I think we got home at just about 12:20. And film plan with me. So because I just did all of that in real time and I'm looking at the length of this video, I'm not going to add stickers on camera. I'm actually going to do that on my own. And what I am going to do is I'm going to add in, I had some pictures here. So I haven't yet done my journaling for Friday. I'm going to add this picture for yesterday. While we were in Middlebury, we pulled off to do, because we had our dog with us, so we pulled off and let the dog go off leash, and she lived her best life bouncing around all of the fields, and we found a tennis ball, and she is obsessed with balls. So she really enjoyed herself hopping around all the tall grass and the flowers, and my husband threw the ball. She caught it, brought it back. She just loves balls. Oh, actually, this was from not our stow day. I guess I didn't take pictures on our stow day. This is from this day. Let me just put that up here. This little family shot. And then I've got some mini pictures. So to save on the sticker picture paper, I'll often print 4 to a page. and I use a LifePrint camera, which is Apple. The reason I like the LifePrint is if you are using the, what is it called? The option where you take pictures and it captures a few seconds of a video so you can animate the video. You can actually print out the animation, which I really enjoy. So I've got this picture right here, which is from a family picture of all of us at Von Trapp. I've got a picture of my son at, is it Two Brothers? I think it was. And then driving down, I tried to get a picture of my son. He is such a reader, which I love. And he just was in the back seat hanging out with the dog. It was really cute. And so as I was trying to take a picture, he looked up and saw. So we had a moment where I made a face. And then while we were at Foley Brothers, which is right next to a golf course, he was checking out the map. And so I got a picture of my son looking at the map. And you can't really tell in this picture, but the dog is right there. It just was a really cute picture. All right. And let me see, before that, my husband and I did have our anniversary. I got some really nice well wishes. We went out for a nice dinner. The three of us, my son came too, and that was really great. Monday, I worked. I got home and I was just very tired and took a nap for maybe about half an hour. But then as a family, we played Super Mario 3 and Mario Party, which I really enjoyed. And Tuesday, I also was at work, just felt really productive at work. And I was feeling all the anxiety about not being at work the latter half of the week. But that was important time with my family. Then on Wednesday, my Tromso broke, which was sad. But still had a good day at work, very productive. And then we got into our vacation. So I will finish writing up my notes or my journaling, and I'll show those pages next week. So thank you for watching. I hope that you are also having an amazing week, and I appreciate that you spent this time with me. Bye.